probably believe in magic. Human culture looked at your white feathers, your hypnotic yellow eyes, and decided you are a mystical pet, a loyal postman delivering mail to cozy castles. You think your life is noble, wise, and comfortable. Think again. Forget the letters. Forget the loyalty. Forget the comfort. Where you live, magic doesn't exist. Physics is the only law, and it hates you. You are a biological machine designed to process rodents in a frozen desert where the temperature drops to 60 degrees below zero. Your eyes don't see the future. They just scan the white horizon for something to kill before your own blood freezes. You are not a cute companion. You are a solitary, paranoid, and perpetually starving predator, living on the thermodynamic edge of existence. Welcome to the tundra. Your reality is white, silent, and made of hunger. The first thing you feel is not the warmth of maternal love, but the thermal shock of a world that wants you dead. You are inside an egg, a calcium capsule, and you need to get out. The air outside is so cold that if your mother stands up for more than 30 seconds, the fluid inside the egg will crystallize, and you will die before you even truly exist. You use your egg tooth, a calcified bump on your beak, to saw through the shell. It is exhausting. Your neck muscles, still gelatinous, burn with the effort. When the shell finally gives way, reality invades your senses. There is no fluffy nest of twigs high in a tree. You are on the ground, literally on the dirt, in a pile of gravel and moss in the open tundra, vulnerable to anything that walks the earth. You are a damp mass of gray down, blind and shaking violently. The heat comes from above, from the immense, heavy body of your mother, a female of nearly 7 pounds, who covers you and your siblings like a living thermal blanket. But there is a problem: asynchronous hatching. Your mother didn't lay all the eggs at once. She laid one every 2 days. If you are the first one born, you are lucky. If you are the 5th or 6th, you are already born at a disadvantage. Your older siblings are gigantic monsters compared to you. They weigh twice as much, have open eyes, and louder voices. The hunger is immediate. Your metabolism is a furnace that needs constant fuel to keep from going out. You peep a weak, desperate sound. The father arrives. He's a white phantom bringing corpses. He deposits a dead lemming, a small Arctic rodent, at the edge of the nest. The mother tears the meat. The smell of warm blood and exposed entrails floods the icy air, mixing with the stench of feces accumulating around the nest. The meat is delivered, but the mouth that opens the widest and closest to the mother gets the piece. Your bigger siblings shove you. They step on your head with clumsy yet sharp talons. In the first few days, food is plentiful and everyone eats. But the tundra is volatile. A summer storm hits, bringing hail and winds that cut like razor blades. The father cannot hunt efficiently in the storm. The lemming delivery slows down. Hunger changes the nest's dynamic. There is no family here, only biological competitors. You look to the side and see your youngest sibling, the last one hatched, the runt. He is weak. He has stopped peeping. The mother looks at him, then at the lack of food, and makes a cold, evolutionary decision. She does not waste energy trying to save the enviable. You watch with your newly opened eyes as your youngest brother's body ceases to be family and becomes a resource. He is dismembered. You are given a piece of him. You swallow without hesitation. The taste doesn't matter. It is protein. It is heat. It is survival. In your first week of life, you learn the Arctic's most important lesson. Life is just recycled energy, and sentimentality is a death sentence. Growing up is a race against winter. In just a few weeks, you go from being a ball of gray fluff to an awkward creature, covered in mottled black and white plumage, perfect for camouflaging yourself against the stony ground of the Arctic summer. Your eyes are now yellow, fixed, and immense, so large that there is no space in the sockets for eye muscles. You cannot roll your eyes like a human. To look sideways, you have to turn your entire neck. This vision is a precision tool. capable of detecting a movement of mere millimeters from hundreds of yards away. But it also makes you paranoid, forcing you to incessantly swivel your head, monitoring a 360-degree horizon where death can come from any direction. You are not safe. The nest on the ground is an invitation to disaster. Arctic foxes, with their keen sense of smell, patrol the tundra searching for the exact odor of ammonia and rotten meat that your nest gives off. Gray wolves can appear at any moment. And coming from the sky, the Jaegers, skuas, aggressive seabirds that dive like missiles to steal eggs or hatchlings. When a predator approaches, your parents enter a frenzy, diving and shrieking, trying to ward off the threat. You, incapable of flight, have only one defense: running. Unlike most birds that stay in the nest until they fly, you become a wanderer. At 3 weeks old, you leave the nest on foot. Your legs are strong, covered in thick feathers all the way to the tips of your talons to prevent freezing. You walk across the tundra, hiding behind rocks, dispersing away from your siblings so that if a fox finds one, it won't find them all. It is a period of solitude and extreme vulnerability. You are a moving target, heavy and unable to lift off. You peep for food, hoping your father finds you in the gray and green immensity. Sometimes he takes a long time. The empty feeling in your stomach is an acute physical pain that causes your body temperature to dangerously fluctuate. You begin to train your wings. They are heavy, broad. The first flight is not graceful. It is a desperate leap against the wind. You fall, hit your chest on the moss, try again. But time is running out. The sun, which shines 24 hours a day in summer, begins to dip below the horizon. The eternal light gives way to twilight. The temperature drops drastically. Snow starts to cover the gravel. Your parents, exhausted from the breeding season, begin to distance themselves. The bond is cut. There is no goodbye, no final moral lessons. They simply stop bringing food. Their instinct tells them you are already adult-sized, so you must hunt like one. You are alone. The first winter is approaching, and you have never killed anything in your life. You see a lemming. It is small, fast, and plump. You attempt to dive. You miscalculate the distance. Your talons strike the rock. The lemming escapes. You waste precious calories on this failure. The following night is colder. You try again. And again. The learning curve is brutal. Every mistake brings you closer to hypothermia. On the 5th attempt, desperation sharpens your senses. You don't think, you react. Your talons, 4 curved daggers of black keratin, close around the rodent's warm body. You feel its bones snap. Life drains away beneath your grip. You feel no triumph, only momentary relief. You swallow the prey whole, feeling the fur and bones travel down your esophagus. A few hours later, you regurgitate a compact pellet of fur and bones. The casting. Your stomach has cleared what was useless. You are ready to kill again. And you will have to do it thousands of times if you want to see the next spring dawn. You survived childhood, but the reward is a life of forced labor under gulag conditions. You are now a majestic adult in human eyes, but biologically, you are a slave to your metabolism. To maintain your internal temperature at 104 degrees Fahrenheit, while the world outside is 40 degrees below zero Fahrenheit, you need to consume the equivalent of 10% of your body weight every single day. That means catching 7 to 12 lemmings every 24 hours. There are no holidays. There are no days off. If you fail to hunt for 2 consecutive days, your body starts consuming its own muscles to generate heat. You digest yourself so you won't freeze. Your anatomy is a marvel of insulation, but it is a burden. You have more feathers than any other owl species. The weight of your plumage is immense. Flying requires a colossal expenditure of energy. Because of this, you spend 90% of your time motionless. You become a pillar of salt in the white landscape. You sit on a snowdrift, on a post, on a rock, and wait. The wait is agonizing. The Arctic wind carries ice crystals that bombard your eyes, forcing you to close the nictitating membrane, a translucent third eyelid that functions like protective goggles. You listen to the world. Your facial disc, the arrangement of stiff feathers around your eyes, functions like a satellite dish, picking up high-frequency sounds and channeling them toward your asymmetrical ears. You hear something. The muffled sound of tiny paws scratching beneath 12 inches of compacted snow. A lemming digging a tunnel. You don't see it, but you know exactly where it is. Your brain triangulates the position based on the infinitesimal delay of sound reaching each ear. You take off. Your feathers have serrations along the edges that break the air turbulence, making your flight absolutely silent. The prey doesn't hear your approach. You glide, adjust the angle, and break your wings in the air, plummeting down with your legs stretched forward. The impact is violent. You puncture the hard snow with the force of your body weight multiplied by your speed. Your talons find the tunnel's void, and then the flesh. It is a statistical success, but statistics are cruel. Then the collapse cycle happens. The lemming population, which booms and crashes every 3 or 4 years, hits rock bottom. Suddenly, the silence on the tundra is absolute. There is no sound of tiny paws. There are no tracks. The food has vanished. This is the biological horror of your species. Your specialization is your curse. You are nomadic by necessity, not by choice. Hunger pushes you south. You fly hundreds, thousands of miles in an event that humans call an eruption. They are amazed. They grab cameras, pointing them at you in airport fields, beaches, or farms across Canada and the United States. They think it's beautiful to see a snowy owl so far from home. They don't know that you are panicked. You are exhausted in a strange environment, surrounded by alien noises from engines and artificial lights. You eat what you can find. Ducks, city rats, even pigeons. But the competition is different here. Other birds of prey attack you. Cars are metal predators you don't understand. You land on an airport runway because it resembles the flat tundra, only to be sucked into a jet engine or struck by a service truck. The trip is not tourism. It is a migration of starving climate refugees. Your body is pushed to the limit. The white feathers become stained with soot and oil. The majesty dissolves into the grime of human civilization. You just want to go back to the ice. But to do that, you need energy you cannot find in a moment of desperation. You attack prey too large for you, an Arctic hare or a heron. The fight is brutal. The prey kicks, pecks, fights for its life. You receive a heavy blow to the wing. It doesn't break the bone, but it tears ligaments. The pain is sharp, pulsating. You manage to kill the prey and eat, but the cost was high. Now, every wing beat is agony. And in nature, the pain that prevents the perfect hunt is the prelude to death. You return north in the spring, limping through the air, a scarred survivor, carrying invisible wounds beneath your dense feathers. If you survived the winter and the lemmings have returned, spring brings a new kind of torture, the genetic imperative. You are a male now. You need a territory. The competition is physical and sonic. You scream, a guttural and deep sound that echoes for miles across the empty tundra, warning other males to stay away. If an invader ignores you, an aerial battle is inevitable. Talons locked in the air, a spinning free fall, beaks seeking eyes. The victor keeps the mound of earth. The loser flees or dies from its injuries days later. To attract a female, you don't use charm, you use bribery. You must prove you are capable of supporting an entire family by yourself. You capture a lemming and perform the display flight. You climb high into the sky, the dead rodent in your beak, and plunge into a surging dive. Like a roller coaster, showing off your immaculate white wings. The female observes, cold and calculating. She is not looking at your beauty. She's assessing the fat on the lemming and your physical stamina. If she accepts the food, the contract is signed. It is not romance, it is a commercial transaction of resources. Copulation is brief, awkward, and purely functional. Then the ordeal begins. The female lays 3 to 11 eggs, depending on the availability of food. She settles onto the nest and doesn't leave again. She becomes a voluntary invalid, relying 100% on you for food. You become a delivery machine. You have to hunt for yourself and for her. And then, for you, for her, and for 5, 7, 10 chicks that grow exponentially. The pressure is overwhelming. You hunt 24 hours a day under the midnight sun. You lose weight. Your feathers lose their sheen. Oxidative stress in your body ages your cells rapidly. And then, nature's ultimate betrayal. In the middle of the breeding season, the lemming population may suffer a localized micro-collapse. Food becomes scarce. You bring back fewer kills. The female, realizing that the energy balance doesn't add up, makes a decision. She abandons the nest. She rises and flies away, leaving the eggs or small chicks to die of cold and starvation. There is no hesitation. She chooses her own survival over the doomed offspring. You arrive with a thin rat in your beak and find the nest silent, the bodies of your young already stiff from the cold, covered in frost. All your effort, all your exhaustion, all the risks you ran, for nothing. The biological investment has been liquidated. You swallow the rat you brought. You look out at the empty horizon. The cycle begins again. You are alone again. You are 9 years old. For a wild snowy owl, you are an elder. The decline is not graceful. Your talons, once perfect needles, are blunted by constant friction with rocks and frozen ground. This means lemmings escape your grasp more often. Each failed hunt costs energy that you no longer have the capacity to quickly replace. Your vision, though still keen, is betrayed by slow reflexes. The gap between seeing and reacting has increased by fractions of a second, just enough time for the prey to flee. It's winter again, the worst in years. The temperature drops to minus 55 degrees Celsius. The wind howls like a malevolent entity, tearing the heat from your body despite the layers of feathers. You are on a perch, huddled, trying to conserve every single calorie. You haven't eaten for 3 days. Your body has already consumed all the reserve fat. Now, it begins to consume the vital organs. You feel a heavy lethargy. The cold stops being painful and becomes a seductive numbness. Your extremities lose sensation. You see movement in the snow, an Arctic fox. Before, you would have attacked it or flown high away. Today, you calculate the energy needed for takeoff and realize you don't have it. You are grounded, stuck to the earth by weakness. The fox approaches. It is also starving. It smells your weakness. You spread your wings in a final attempt to look bigger. Snap your beak, hiss. It is an empty performance. The fox knows. The attack is swift. The fox charges. You try to sink your talons into it, but the strength isn't there. Sharp teeth clamp down on your wing, shattering the hollow bone with a dry snap. The pain is irrelevant now. Shock takes over. You are dragged from your position. The world spins. White, red, white. Teeth clamp shut on your neck. The trachea collapses. The air stops. The last thing you feel is not fear, but the temperature of the fox's warm blood on your skin, a final irony of warmth in the moment of death. Your consciousness, focused on hunting and survival for almost a decade, extinguishes like a candle in the Arctic gale. Your body, the fortress of white feathers, becomes the meal that will allow the fox to live another day. The tundra recycles everything. Nothing is wasted. You finally feed the cycle that enslaved you your whole life. You felt every instinct of this life. But nature doesn't stop. There is another hide waiting for you. Other talons. Other wings. A new way of seeing the world you can't even imagine. Your next incarnation has already been chosen. Do you have the courage to discover who you will be? If this life changed your perspective, strengthen the pack with your like. Share this unique vision of the world and subscribe. Here, you are never the same for long. Your new identity waits for you next week.